was expecting at least he would be there listening to me. And I know the other ministers are here, they are making a note, but I was expecting him to be here so that, you know, we could get some reply. But it is so unfortunate that budget session also, हम जब करे मिनिस्टर साहब, फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर साहब नहीं थे, डिमांड्स पर भी लिए उस वक्त भी बेचारे मिनिस्टर साहब नहीं थे और अभी भी नहीं है उम्मीद। और मिनिस्टर साहब है, श्रीधर बाबू साहब मुसलसल बैठे रहते हैं। शुक्रिया सर, आप तो बैठे हुए हैं, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आपका। सर, गोइंग फर्दर अहेड सर, the supplementary estimates for the year 2024-25 for rupees 1,56,009 crore covers all the 38 demands for grants, sir. So the major supplementary allocation includes rupees 1,05,072 crores for public debt, following the irrigation of rupees 17,075 crores. Finance is rupees 9,866 crores excluding public debt. Energy rupees 3,698 crores. Panchayat Raj rupees 3,504 crores. School education rupees 2,701 crores. Medical and health rupees 2,195 crores, and home and administration rupees 2,166 crores, sir. Sir, I may say that it has become a customary for officials to propose huge supplementary, additional or excess grants for the departments to impress their political bosses, even though they know that there are substantial shortfalls in expenditure compared to the budget estimates. So the revised estimates also points out to the huge shortfall in the revenue receipt and expenditure in capital receipt and expenditure in the current financial year. The revised estimate for the revenue receipts is rupees 2,02,108 crores as against the budgeted estimate of rupees 2,21,242 crores. The revised estimate for the capital receipt is rupees 64,501 crore as against the budget estimate of rupees 69,572 crores. When the state is facing severe resource crunch, where is the financial means for incurring the supplementary expenditure is a question mark. And I hope that the Honorable Finance Minister would give me a reply to this concern which I have raised, sir. Sir, I also, Honorable Speaker, sir, I also may recall while presenting the state budget for the year 25-26, the Finance Minister Saab says, we have struck a perfect balance. He said we have struck a perfect balance between welfare and development, much like a twin engine system, driving the chariot and the good governance forward with exceptional momentum, sir. Honorable Speaker, sir, this reminds me of the phrase, sounds like a gem, from the BJP's vocabulary, much like the double engine government and much like what the Honorable Chief Minister Saab had said, Bade Bhai and Chote Bhai ka rishta, sir. Sir, going further ahead, sir. Sir, the Telangana rising. Sir, moreover, while the slogans under the BRS government was Bangaru Telangana, now the Congress regime has come up with Telangana Rising 2050. Vision under the leadership of Chief Minister Revanth Reddy Saab. Telangana Rising 2050 sounds similar to Savarna Andhra of 2047 vision of TDP government led by the Honorable Chandrababu Naidu Saab in Andhra Pradesh, sir. Sir, I may assure that our party fully supports the government strategic roadmap for Telangana over the next decade, envisaging a five-fold expansion on the current of $200 billion into a trillion dollar economy. And I was hearing my honorable friend was asking how would the Chief KTR Saab was asking कि कैसे करेंगे आप इसको. So I hope that that answer is also sought by me, sir. But sir, I would only like to caution the government that the roadmap may be littered with the pitfalls if the state continues to face a precarious financial position which will impact its ability to spend on development and infrastructure in secondary industries and territory services sectors. The growth engine for the state to become a $1 trillion economy are the industries and manufacturing sectors and information and technology and the services sector, because the primary sector, agriculture and life sector cannot grow beyond a limit, sir. So while appreciating the efforts of Chief Minister Saab to mobilize